All right, let's get rolling here. There we go. Got a tournament coming up in Las Vegas this weekend, and it's time to get some prepping. We're gonna do a big study session here, probably an hour and a half to 2 hours. We're gonna start with a puzzle rush. We're gonna do some chess tempo. We're gonna do some chesspuzzle.net. We're gonna solve a position. We're going to do sort of all the things that I like to do with my training. Pretty much everything but openings. Openings I'm going to do off stream. Okay. So we're just going to do the basic ones quickly. These are just pattern recognition, essentially. Quick pattern recognition. Very little, if any, calculation involved. Just see a thing, do the thing. Not a lot of need for talking, right? These are all just obvious. If you don't see them, that's okay. Do your pattern recognition more. That's what this is about. Okay, yep. Missed that for a second. This is the shoulders thing. Oh yeah, I think I might do a little work with the Checkmate Patterns Manual today. Haven't done that in a bit. I was talking to somebody for the podcast, and I was like, yeah, that actually would be a good thing to practice before the upcoming event. I'm noticing that I've been doing a bunch of 5-minute and 3-minute puzzle rushes, and it is making these easy ones easier. I don't know how much value there is in that. I'm a little skeptical that, like, being able to find the ones I could definitely find before just a hair faster helps somehow. I know that's kind of the theory. Like, I guess you can process more information quicker, but I'm not sure how much I buy that. I think I'd rather just be better at chess than be able to find simple tactics in 1 second rather than a half a second, or half a second rather than 1 second. I don't know. I'm not sure how much value there is in that. Okay, this is the first one I'm actually going to think about for a moment. Is we've got options. It feels like this check is probably what we want to do. They have to guard this rook, so they have to go here. Then I could go here. Then only move... No, I guess they could move the rook over. Okay, yeah, this one's a little bit... Oh, okay, well, it's definitely not this, which was the other move I was looking at. That just hangs a piece. So almost certainly this is the move. But let's try to actually solve this. So there. And then I'm actually a little stuck here on what to do next. I mean, this is the only check. It doesn't seem that great. If they just go here. Then what? Then I go here. Has to go even farther over. I guess maybe now I can go here, but then they just pop out. So, I don't know. I can't quite calculate it all the way through, which has me a little worried. I feel like my calculation has gotten slightly worse. Ah, okay. The answer's easy now that I see it. It's there to get the queen. Whoops. Okay. Oh, I should probably fix the YouTube thing real quick. One moment. I forgot I had to, like, update that. Okay, let's do that. Here is not made for kids. Okay. It's a weird time that I'm streaming. I don't know if people will come by for this, but that's okay. For me, this is more of a... This is the work I was going to do right now. So I figured I'll just stream it. It'll be on YouTube for anyone who wants to take a look at, like, what the process was like that I was using to get ready for Vegas. If I have a great tournament, then we'll know. If I have a bad tournament, then I guess we'll also know. Okay, so I'm definitely looking at taking here. Messes up their pawn structure. It doesn't feel like it does much else. Going here, grabbing the piece, seems to do nothing. Interesting, letting them taking, I guess that would hang. I was looking at this check, but that's covered. There's this check, which is also covered. Doesn't really seem to gain anything. I'm having a really hard time seeing anything until I see the obvious move, which is just take the hanging piece. Somehow, I didn't consider that maybe there was a hanging piece in the position. But there is, and is that enough? So like take, queen here, knight, and I should be fine. Okay, that was a little complicated. This is just mate. Okay. We're at 20 with basically 0 problems. I guess that's not true. There were some minor problems. Here. And it looks like the king has, like, room to roam around, so it doesn't look great. Can't go here. Can't go here, which is where I'd really like to go. That, in fact, would be mate. That would be mate. No, that wouldn't be mate, but it'd be real close to mate. This knight is a problem. So is the answer to kick him? No, because it would just take. I can check here. No, that loses. This seems like the only move is to check with the G7 pawn. So we check. King has only one move. Well, no. Has multiple moves, but I'm going to say G3 is the move. They go to G3. Oh, okay. This is what I missed. If it goes to G3, this is the shoulders the other way. That's mate. So I can't do that. So if here, then they'd have to go there, which feels like that has to be mate. Right, that looks like an easy mate. So I would go, say, here, then here, then here. Yep. Okay. We got it. Here and then there. All right. We got there. Excellent. All right. 21. Here's covered. Here's covered. Here's covered. But this takes is mate because of the knight. So here, and then here is mate. Okay. Looking at the sack, takes, rook. Yeah. Only thing they can do is block with the queen and we'll take it. Okay. Covered by the knight. So this, except for he can take that way. What about a knight there? Goes here. Goes here. And that's not falling. I gotta use no arrows. It's too busy. Check. Only move is G4. Bishop E6. Covers. Yeah, covers everything. We got it. Okay. If we race, he's too far behind to catch it. If he goes here, I go there. Yeah. And if he goes there, we just take. Let's say cool. Okay. Takes is check. If takes, that's mate. So takes and then goes like here. How much are we up or down? 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I mean we're in check also, so it has to be the answer. I think again we have the same thing. Rook takes, rook checks. Rook takes, king, rook checks, only can block with the rook. Okay. Alright, it really wants to know that pattern. We got it. We got that pattern down now. King has 2 escape squares for this check. I don't see a way to really bring the hammer down after that either. So what am I doing? It's a weird one because the queen can't really get in. Like, this square is heavily covered. Yeah, this looks really bad for black, actually. Is the answer rook h8? No. Because that rook's covering it. Ah, unless the answer's like queen check. Oh wait, this check is even worse than I thought because they cover it that way. Wow, this is very hard for me. So takes to pull the queen away. Then I check. Now he can't cover it that way. Then he goes there. Then what? Queen goes here. I don't know. That's a possibility. I like coming over like this, but it's already guarded twice. So I don't see how that works. So I think it has to be something like takes here. Yeah, I couldn't figure it out. What is happening, Ash Ketchum? How are you doing? Let's see what the answer was here. What about this? Okay, that didn't work either. And this didn't work. That does work. Removing the defender. Yep, and if they go this way, it's less good for me, but it's the same idea. I picked that up. Why not there? We'll have to look at that with the engine. I mean, it's not as good for me, it would seem. It seemed like it's nearly equal, so let's see. They take, I go check, he goes here. Is there a way to do something cool from there? Rook takes e6. Oh, right. Yeah. Because after it takes, then takes, and we're actually up a rook. Okay. So I missed that idea. I missed the overprotected piece there. Okay. Well, we missed one. This check is mate. Right? Yeah, that's just straight up mate. Okay. I wasn't expecting that to be mate. I was expecting it to help us, not win the game immediately. Okay, so if we could move the queen, then we could just take that bishop. So we could go here, pressuring that piece with check and allowing the bishop to fall. So what would be the response? A check here would be great. They don't have that. This does hit this piece, which looks bad, but I go here, get the check. So I think this double attack wins. Wow. Okay, I didn't work hard enough to refute it. I can agree with that. But that looked like it worked. Okay, the reason it doesn't work is because this is not checkmate. The knight's covering it. So why doesn't this work? This looks great. Here, yeah, I don't see it. I do not see it. I guess maybe this is the answer then? No? I don't know the answer. My move is so good, I can't get away from it. I don't understand how it's not the right answer. Okay, so that's one way to save the queen. But my way is even better. Boom, wins the game. Rook takes e3. What? How? Huh? Knight takes e3. Check. Okay. He takes, and I take. Okay, I guess it does all fall apart. Wow. Okay, I had to see a counter rook sack. That is hard. That is really hard for puzzle number 28. That my move is amazing, but they can sack a whole rook and win. Oh, nice. Brozinger, you're playing in this tournament also? That's cool. Make sure you say hi, man. I don't know if I'm used to going to tournaments and knowing lots of people. I don't know if I know anyone going to this tournament other now than Brozinger. Which is weird. I really like knowing people there, you know, if nothing else, being able to walk around during the games and looking at people's boards. Oh, I guess that's not true. Forrest will be there from the podcast. But, you know, I don't really hang out with Forrest after the games. Yeah. He's a nice guy, but I like, you know, he's hanging out with his mom. Well, I don't know. Everything's backed up. This seems like the only target. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at checks along this diagonal. Like queen to here. If we're like here, takes, check, but it's not double attacking that. Oh, it's double attacking that. That's the answer. Got it. So it's boom, 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 there. Okay. Focused on the wrong unguarded piece. Here. Can't take with the queen. I'm looking at something like here. That looks like it would lead to mate. Maybe not. Like this square is covered, that square is covered. I mean, I guess the knight would be hanging. Oh, I guess the problem is I might get mated. If they had infinite moves here, it's not. It looks more like a perpetual. But certainly annoying. Wow, I seem very tired today for some reason. I shouldn't be. I slept well. That also has me worried. Looking at F6? No. I guess I'm going to go here and say we might be done. I don't really see a lot of other options. Oh, that's it. That's it. That's all she wrote. That was a fast one. Breezed through the early ones easily, but boy, the later ones gave me a hard time. I have no idea what the answer is. F6. I didn't think F6 worked because I thought they could just take here. I can't take back that way. Oh, I can take back that way. For some reason I was thinking I was pinned. Interesting. Okay. Here. I guess I'm going here. Wow, this is a messy one. I get away. Okay, those are very hard. Do you want to do some training games and any specific opening variations? Yes, I would love to do that. NA Open, if all goes well, I'll be in the under 1700. Nice. I'm playing in the under 1900. Very much considered playing in the under 2100. There's just so many low-rated people in the under 1900. It's a little bit frustrating. All right, so we're gonna do some chess tempo. This is how I've been like training my actual tactics. I've been using the puzzle rushes to do more like, you know, quick stuff, and this is more of the like real calculation work. F6 moves gives an escape square, very defensive and cool. Yeah, that was a good idea. I'm glad that I was drawn to it. I didn't calculate it thoroughly enough. Whose move? It's white's move. Okay. What are we trying to do here? Looks like... I was thinking maybe I could win that bishop, but maybe not. I was thinking like bishop h4 chases the king away. But the king goes to e5. And then maybe f3. So check there, check. Really the only move is to take. And then if I take the bishop, they do have a cool check on d2. But now that the bishop's gone, I can just bring my king over there. So I think this works. Here, here, here. All right. Got there. All right, the bishop, the queen and the king are on the same diagonal, so that's something to look for, but we don't have that bishop, so we can't do that trick. There's quite a bit happening here. The D file is very busy with lots going on, and there's this piece is staring, these bishops are staring at each other through the knight, and their bishop is undefended. So can I take advantage of that? Or can I play a6 and make something happen? I think playing a6 is dangerous. If they take on c6, I take with the bishop. They play... Okay, they can't do it. I thought they could play like knight f6 and win my queen. But I could take with my queen. It would be a trade. So it's not as disastrous as it could be. Oh, I'm really struggling with this one. Bishop e6 is sort of interesting. Hitting that knight. Theoretically being able to win it, but there's a million things they could do. If this was like a puzzle rush, that'd probably be the answer, but they could go like bishop c4 and just defend it, or they could play knight f6. No, I guess knight f6 wouldn't work. But bishop c4 would work. But then I could play b5 followed by c4 to drive him away from the defense. But they could also defend it instead with, say, the queen. So I don't think that is good enough. What else do we have? What about a6, bishop moves. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna be able to solve this one. I'm just gonna try to find a decent move. Like if I was just in a game and I couldn't find the tactic here, I think I would play a6, and let's calculate that to make sure that would work. Take with the bishop. Moves say, oh, actually, knight c7 might work really well. In fact, yeah, knight c7 is really problematic for me. That's what I'm missing here. Okay, so how am I dealing with knight c7? I could just play rook c8. I think if I were in a game, I would probably play rook c8 here and be mildly happy with where I was at. I feel like that's equality. Another potential move is knight d4. Could still do knight c7, which is annoying. But I could take... No. Can't take. I could take the bishop, though. And then if he takes a rook, it's fine. I would take the knight and be up material. Feels like I should be winning, though. Like this position doesn't look very good for white. Like if we can crack this, we win. So my candidates are knight d4, a6, and rook c8. I think a6 A6 is actually... Yeah, A6 needs to be dismissed. Because they can take the knight and then play knight C7, so that doesn't work. So we're going to play knight D4. And I don't think this is correct. This is probably a little bit worse. Oh, okay. It is correct. It surprises me. I mean, I feel like it has to be take the bishop or we lose. Oh, no, wait. It can be take here. Take the rook. If I take the rook and he goes knight C7, I ignore it and take the bishop. Yeah. I go here. And if there... Is getting the fork at the end, I guess, right? Fork here. Oh, I go here and pin him now. Wow. Okay. Even though I got that one right, I think we can agree I did not get that one right. Holy Angel, how are things? I don't think I'm going to take challenges today. This is a training stream. I'm going to play Fried Foxy, but that's just because he's going to play me in some training games specifically. Fried Foxy is nearly a Grandmaster bullet player. That's exciting. Yes, exactly. Rook E8 now wins the knight. Yep, that is correct. Okay. Queen is in danger. Important to note. But if we go take the bishop on F6, I can't draw arrows on here, which I kind of love. I hate arrows. Then they take our queen. Then we take on F7. Let's calculate this all the way out. So we take, they take, we take again. It's check, so they have to take with the queen. We take with our rook. Then they take with their rook. And we are at one knight against two rooks. I don't think that's good. Let me make sure that's how it will work out. No, maybe I'm wrong. Wait, I think I'm right. Boom, 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 boom. Yes, so that's losing. So we're not doing that. Another option is take the queen now. They pretty much have to take our queen. We take with the rook. They take our knight. We are left with up an exchange. But the pawn situation is a little weird. I think that should be enough, though. I think in a game I'd be pretty okay with that. Is there something even better? I don't think so. I think we are taking here and accepting that we're up in exchange. Let's see. Maybe on the way out, there's an intermezzo I was missing. That's even better. No. Oh, I did miss something at the end. I pick up a bishop even. So after takes, I have that move. I was missing that. So already, I think it would be up enough just to be up the exchange, but to be up the exchange and then a bishop on top then it's easy. It's easily winning. Okay. Looking at Queen F2. King has several escape squares, but really only one of them means he doesn't go down a whole rook. But I guess I didn't look at rook E2 because I forgot about the bishop. So if he blocks with the rook, then what? Okay, another idea I just got. Take the rook. They take the rook. We check on B4. I forgot they could push C3 also, but they could also just protect that rook. So I think they're fine. All right, so I think the move has got to be Queen F2. The rook is hanging, so they use the rook to block. If I take with my rook, they take with their bishop, I lose. Or maybe not lose, but just equal. Okay, so that's not the answer. It seems like it's the answer. In fact, it seems like it's the only possible answer. Which, okay, wait. They have a hanging queen. Okay. There's a lot more happening here. A, they have a hanging queen. B, we have a hanging mate. So, okay. We can't just take the queen because we would lose. But what we can do is set something up to deal with that. Yeah, so we could go... We check on F2. They block with the rook. We take with the queen. Then they take, and then we take their queen. And so we're up a rook. Okay, wow. I really had to string a lot of pieces together for this one. That's what I'm liking about these. Okay, we got it. We got it. Took a bit. Okay. The queen is just hanging. Our queen is just hanging. And our rook is hanging. What a weird, messy situation we've gotten ourselves into. So I could take their knight. Oh, if I took their knight with my queen, they take back with the queen. So that is a problem. What even is the material? We have 2 rooks and a bishop and a knight. They have 2 rooks and 2 minors. So we are down a minor. That queen took a minor. Are we threatening mate somewhere? No. So we really just need to untangle from this incredibly complex web and gain a piece back out of it or more. Okay, well, we could get that rook. So if we take the rook and they take with the knight. Oh, no, it doesn't work because our rook is hanging at the end. Oh, my goodness. So then we could take the queen. Then they take our rook. Oh, but then their rook is hanging at the end. Oh, my goodness. So what I'm looking at is queen takes a6. Knight takes a6. Knight takes f4. We are currently up an exchange. They take our rook on d5 and we take their rook on c8. Now there are some other options in here. So I take their rook. They could just move the queen. Like they could go queen e4 check, which looks like a very strong intermezzo that lets them save the queen. But it, yeah. Okay, I was going to say we could play f3 actually to stop it, but then they would pick up our rook and we'd be losing. So I thought that was the answer, and now it feels like it's not the answer. So we take their queen with our knight. They take our rook, our queen with their rook. And then we're losing. Why is this game so hard? Okay. Other interesting things with the queen. We could also check on d8 with the rook. They could take with the bishop, though, hitting our queen. It doesn't really solve any of our problems. Man, that e4 intermezzo with the queen, that's brutal. Maybe we don't care. Because if we go... Oh, no, I think we care. Queen a6, intermezzo check. Okay, wait. This is getting more complicated. So queen takes a6, queen e4 check, f3. There are no more checks. So they take our rook on d5, but then we take their rook with check on the king and take the knight. So yeah, I think this works. But boy, it's complicated. Okay. Yes! I'm very happy about that. That's why I like doing these chess tempo ones. They're just like... that next level, they're almost like calculation puzzles, but they're like just a hair under the calculation puzzles I've been doing that I can never solve. And never solving calculation puzzles is not that exciting. Why is Twitch doing that? I'll have to fix something. Okay. How do I mute it? What is happening with Twitch? I don't see it. There we go. There's the mute. Okay. I just wanted to make sure everything was working, and over on YouTube it seems to be working as well. Excellent. All right, we're going to do a couple more of these, and then we're going to move on to the next part of our training. That's just what we're doing today. Today's just a training day. Got to get ready for Vegas. Taking the knight with check is where I'm drawn to first. They take with the queen. It doesn't look great. Oh, the queen is hanging though. Okay. So take the knight. Queen takes. C6. Bishop takes our knight. How? Once again, so many things falling and hanging all at the same time is a lot. Bishop takes d4 is also interesting because then we can go. Okay, actually, I'm assuming they're going to take our bishop. So they take our bishop. Then we can go like knight f3 check. They take, we take, they take with the rook. And what did we do there? We coughed up 3 pieces and we got 2. That does not sound good. That's not the math I like to do. There's also queen takes d5. That looks quite scary. F takes g4. Discovered attack on the queen. I guess we can move up, take the knight with check. And now we are only down. Let's see, we got 2 pieces. They only got 1 of ours. Maybe that works actually. There's probably other ways around it, but let's go a little deeper into that. So queen takes d5. It's not check. They can do anything they want. They can't discovery check with the knight, so that's good. They, let's say, take our knight on e5. I could take back. They take, I take. Yeah, I think this works. This is the way. What was I saying here? Takes, and then I'm guarding that guy, yeah. Okay, there we go. We do maybe 2 more of these and move on to the next training. I looked at queen g4 first, because it's very forcing, but nothing. Ooh. So what I'm now realizing is that knight f6 wins the queen. The bishop is guarding it, and we're in check anyway. So yet another reason. Even if we weren't in check, I think rook takes d4 would be the move. Oh, our queen is hanging. Jeepers. Okay. So we take. They take our queen. Then we go knight f6. When they're queen. So we're up a piece. Yeah, and I can get my... Wait, no, because my rook's going to be hanging. So there. I now have 2 hanging pieces. What am I up? I'm up a bishop. Yes, I'm up a bishop, and I have 2 hanging pieces. Takes. Maybe no, I can't do that. Maybe I can. No. All right, what I was looking at is rook takes, and then rook to g4. Oh, the bishop's covering g4. We already discovered that. All right, this has to work, but it's not as easy as it looks. Also, after rook takes, they could just play knight takes. And then if I do the same trick with the check, and the king moves, and I take, then they still get my queen at the end. I think this has to be right, though. Like, first of all, I'm in check, so what else am I even going to do? Yeah, so this is the answer. I'm having a little bit... Oh, it's not the answer. Ah, yes, that's much better. Take there, and then I don't have two hanging pieces at the end. I was just so enamored by that rook sack. Interesting. What is the name of this platform? This platform is Chess Tempo. It's a very good puzzle site. It is... I use it in a free way. You can certainly get... You can pay money to do more cool things on it. You can get books on it. You can do lots of things with this resource. It's quite good. So queen g7, king e8 is forced. Sure, I can pick up a knight and then be threatening mate. Is that enough? I think that probably is enough. To go queen g7, king e8, queen h7, threatening rook g8 mate, and the king can't move. And they don't have any devastating checks. So yeah, this has to be right. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to go queen g7. Oh, no. And then that was mate even. I missed the mate. Oh, what are you doing? I think queen takes knight as mate. Queen takes knight, takes, check, block with the rook as mate. Okay, but that would be a puzzle rush. But let's actually make sure they don't have a cool move in between. So queen takes knight. First of all, we're just even in material. So it's not quite as exciting as it sounds. They can just ignore it and do other things. Like, let's say they play g3. No, a much better move would be just moving the bishop. So let's say bishop e3. Okay, bishop e3. Then okay. So I also have rook d8 check hitting. Okay, I think this is the way to go. This is more forcing, actually. Rook d8, rook d1 check. That's mate for the same reasons as before. They can take with the knight, and then we come down with the queen. So yeah, so this was a more forcing variation of that same idea. Okay, got it. Boom. Alrighty. This is the last one. I might have said that last time. I don't know. All right, rook takes h7, king takes, queen h3, king tucks back, and our knights don't quite get us there. Knight. Okay, what about knight f6? They take with the rook. And then we take and they push. Okay, what about rook takes? Ah, rook takes, they have knight takes back. Wow, they're really defending this well. Okay, what about queen g5, and then they play rook g6? Yeah, okay. They've thought of everything. What about a knight to h6? What if he just moves over? My goodness. This seems like it should be easy. We have such a huge attack, but they're defending so well. There. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see a way in. Maybe that's not the answer. Maybe we need to do some sort of winning of material. I mean, they certainly have a passive problematic position. How do we win? Okay, knight takes g7 is the only thing that actually breaks things apart. So knight takes g7. King takes. Queen g5, rook g6. Don't even have another check here, except for with the rook and then the knight takes. Okay, what about king g5, rook g6, knight h6, check. For some reason I was thinking they couldn't just... Okay, so they take. I take with the other knight check. King has to move. And the rook is still easily backed up. Wow. This looks like it should be so easy. We have so many pieces. Okay, so I think what I want to look at then is knight f6. I think that has to be the answer to kind of block off that rook. So if takes with the rook, take with the pawn, and I'm winning. I think they're going well. If takes with the pawn, then I can play queen h6 threatening queen g7. Yeah, this is the way. Okay. Boy, that was a hard one. Okay. That was exhausting. I'm going to stop there. How do we do in that set? I don't know. 8 out of 10. So that's not bad. We'll take 8 out of 10. Let's do like 1 or 2 of these puzzle net things. Unless Foxy is still here and we could play the games now, or Foxy wants to wait a bit. Either way works for me. We're going to weave that into our work today. I also have something else I'm juggling. Okay. Who's better? White to move. Who is better? I mean, rook d8 looks promising. King only has one move to g7. And if we could, like, wiggle our queen in there, we would mate. The only problem is black is very close to a checkmate of their own. Like, rook c1, king d3, queen coming over. I think black is going to get a mate if we try that. Foxy says, still here. I'll be here for the rest of the stream, so you choose when we play. Okay. Let's do a couple of these then, and then we'll play. We'll kind of make that like the culminating piece of what we're doing. We'll do a bunch of puzzle work, and then we'll culminate with some opening work through Blitz. Yeah, I don't know. It feels like maybe, but I don't think there is. I think the unfortunate placement of White's queen means we cannot win as white. Because we don't have time. Let's just calculate to be sure. But if the rook goes to d8, king goes to g7, and then we try to do something cool with our queen. Like, let's say we go to c6, c5. So the idea being like here, 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 coming in here, being able to deliver mate. When we're here, I'm going to go check here. Can black mate here? It's a chance they can't. Because of like... No, they're going to be able to get us. Then I don't know who's winning. Let's see. Is this just a tie? Is black actually winning? Because black is threatening... No, I guess it's not mate. I thought queen c1 was mate, but it's not mate. It feels like white is worse. If white can't mate. Their pawns look weak. Although that c5 pawn is going to fall for sure. If we don't get mated. What does white even do here? Maybe white plays king d3 to stay alive. I'm going to say black wins. I feel like black should be able to win this. Okay, black is winning. Cool. Let's see. Rook d8 check does not work. It's a -6, in fact. And the other move to try to stay alive is to go here and quickly going to get mated. Okay, cool. So I was able to suss that out. That white has what looks like a mating attack. It is not a mating attack. And if it's not a mating attack, then black has a mating attack. Or a win everything as white tries to stay alive. Okay. Does white have a tactic here? White has some forcing moves. White can take the forcing moves I'm looking at are here, here, here. And I guess here or here. So white has a lot of forcing moves. I don't know that they're good. So let's kind of go through them. Bishop takes knight. It's not very forcing. It just takes back with the other knight. Now the knight is in a better spot. e5. The knight could just move. Maybe. Maybe not. Let's say knight moved. This looks kind of devastating. Yeah, I guess the knight drops there. Okay, so that's good to know. But if here, can't we just take? Takes, or even better yet, take this way. So yeah, so that doesn't work. This seems pretty reasonable. Except the fact that I totally missed the bishop was covering it too. So it looks like there are no, like, super forcing moves that do something great here. So now we're just looking at the position. If it's black's turn to move, I think I would probably play knight e5. Get that guy in a better spot, and then maybe we're playing h6. And then after knight e5, maybe then we're playing like bishop g4. No, I guess not, because the pawn would fall. So are we judging this position that because of black's super vulnerable A pawn, they're kind of in trouble because they have to spend that much time guarding it? White does have some space advantage here. They could push this pawn up. Feels like that space advantage isn't gaining that much, though. Although, after like here, maybe they go there. Goes back, and now they do go here. Like takes. Still doesn't really work. Oh, but then maybe this falls at the end. So I think white might be ahead here. I think I'm going to say white has the advantage, but I don't think I want to say they're winning. Okay, nice. So white has an edge because of better king safety. That is a terrible explanation. Just atrocious. That is not why white has an edge. King safety? What are you even talking about? Oy. Yeah, I'm really curious to hear how some of these are gotten, right? Like, this is clearly not a good answer. It might be because there's like a really long line where at the end the king is in danger. Like, I want to see this. Like, I don't... Okay, so here maybe now the king safety is becoming relevant. I don't know. That's just... It's just a shocking answer that white has an edge because of white's better king safety. Like, that is a stunningly bad answer. I do think what I said is true, though, that white does have a little space advantage. You know, they have this nagging advantage in a couple of spots. It's nothing giant. Yeah, and the score is 1. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Looking at this pawn. So this pawn is kind of the defining feature of the position, right? We've got an IQP. Is it a good IQP? Is it a bad IQP? Looking tactically, I don't see any blazing tactics for black. Could do something like here, and then like, I don't know, no, it's just terrible. Taking there doesn't do anything. So the question is this not a great IQP? Because I can blockade it. And then let's say they go here. I would take, but then they can go here. And now I'm blockading with a queen, and they're chasing me. So it doesn't sound that great. And it feels like at any moment they can just push here. And are they able to consolidate it that way? Yeah, I would be forced to take. And then we would just trade. So, it does not look like a bad IQP. All the pieces are on the board. Doesn't look good either to me. It looks very middle. White does also have the chance to play bishop takes c6 if they want. With that move, black also has a, less than ideal pawn structure. I think if I was going to say someone is winning, I think I would be tempted to say white with the scope of their bishops being so good. Like compared to like this bishop, which is very bad. And we can't even go like that. So we're going to have to go like here first, then here to get the bishop involved, which is a pretty slow process. And in fact, we can't even go here, right? So it'd be like here, and then they can just go here. So white is ahead, I think. The question is, how much are they ahead? I don't think I want to say white is winning this game. I think I want to just say white has an edge. Okay, I think they're going to say white is winning. Position is balanced. Okay, so there's not an edge. That I could go with. White's piece activity is compensated by black's better pawn structure. Yeah, I mean, I can go with that. This does look like a pretty darn even IQP. It's just these bishops look like they're really slicing through and seem promising. But I could get behind that. That's a reasonable answer. Okay. Now what? Oh yeah, and there's one other thing I want to do. Okay. Taking the bishop, it's nothing. We can load up on that bishop again with rook to d1. It is backed up several times. This just feels like a position where there could be a tactic, even though there isn't an obvious one. All our pieces are looking pretty menacing. Their king's stuck in the middle. I won't be surprised if there's a tactic here, so I'm going to look a little bit longer for an actual win. Looking at now, knight takes e5. You could just take with the bishop. I just don't have some sort of follow-up at the end here. What if I take the bishop with my rook? Oh, what if they take with a knight, though? Yeah, I guess there's no tactic. But I also kind of feel like black's barely hanging on. They can't really castle on either side. We do something very basic like rook d1. Developing our last piece put a lot of pressure on black's position. I think white is winning. I don't think there is a win. Let's see. Yep, I was right. Okay. And in fact, the best move is rook a to d1, just adding a lot of pressure. So white is winning because of white's better king safety, piece activity, and better pawn structure. Yeah, I agree with all of that. All right, I feel like, I don't know, I'm doing pretty well today. Something's going on. I do not feel like black has a tactic here. It's just hard to even imagine what that would be. The queen is hemmed in. Our rooks are doing nothing. So now we're going to turn to evaluating this positionally, like what would black's best move be here. I might be looking at knight d5, threatening to win that pawn, putting the knight on a better square. I'm trying to decide if white is better because of their pawns that have eaten up a bunch of space, or if white is worse because those pawns are more vulnerable now that they've been pushed up the board. I think because I can't get to them, they look fine. What if I played like g6? And takes. Then I think I might be in better shape, because then I would just take, have them with my rooks. If they don't take, and I take, and then they take back with the pawn, once again they seem vulnerable. I can attack them with my rooks, but mine are too. I'm going to say this one's balanced. I won't be surprised if white has a slight edge with the pieces. And I wouldn't be surprised if black does for the same reason. I'm going to say balanced. Okay. White has an edge because of the activity. Yeah, I think that's a good point. White's pieces are much better placed in addition to any things having to do with the pawns. And that is where I started, like this queen being kind of stuck. This being stuck. I think I would agree. I would rather play white here for sure. Okay. Let's see how far we are into the stream. We're an hour in. So let's do one other activity, and then we'll start playing a few games. I have to find this activity, though, now. At work, but I'll pull up with my crew for your next stream. Add me up on Discord. Okay, thank you. Let's see. Going to Substack. Someone had a post recently with some tools. I think it was for tactics training. What was it? It was a cool. It was one of those things where you. Is it on here too? I can't remember where I was playing it. There was the thing where you could. It gave you some moves and you had to like blindfold do the moves. I don't remember where I was doing that. There's so many awesome tools now. I can't even keep track of them all. But someone did mention a version of that tool lately, and I've totally lost. I lost track of the one I was doing before. I'm realizing now I was doing that tool, and I don't remember where. Okay, so now I'm trying to find real quick this other tool, a different version. I don't even know who said it. I think it was Dalton Perrin, actually. So let's go to Dalton's position, or his things. Was it Dalton? Please be Dalton. This is Dalton Perrin, by the way. I guess it's not Dalton. Okay. Well, maybe I'm not going to be able to find it. I'll check one more thing before I give up. I'm going to go here. Maybe I had it over here somewhere. It's not that site. It's not that site. And I guess I'll just have to find that later on my own time, because I can't quite seem to find it. That is too bad. I wonder if there's a way to, like, what did I recently look at on Substack? I don't know it quite well enough yet. I am now ready to give up. Okay. Maybe when I've been looking, someone has an idea of what I'm talking about. Let's see. Nope. In this position, you liked rook e to d7 and queen e7 after white pushed. Let me see if I can go back to that. I might be able to. Probably not, actually. Because I already got out of it. No, so I'm not sure what that position was. And I don't believe there is a going back. Oh, my premium subscription expired. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how to go back. I know there's so many sites, but I can't remember. Was it in is there a way to do this in Lichess maybe? Puzzles. It was like, no, it must not have been in Lichess. Okay. Oh well. Well, Fried Foxy, we've been doing puzzle work and stuff for an hour. If you're ready, let me know. Let's do this. Tutorial guy, how are you doing? Welcome. I'll do one more tactic over here while I wait to hear from Foxy. Going back to chess tempo for a moment. Blindfold chess thing is what I'm talking about. Some sort of blindfold puzzle solving, but I don't remember how I was doing it. Let's see. If I take here and he takes, then what? And I attack with the queen. I'm hitting that pawn. If I attack the queen with my bishop, doesn't really do anything. Takes here. No, I don't really love that idea of just like bringing the knight into a better square. That doesn't make sense. I've been MIA from chess. Do you still have the podcast? You're darn right I do, Noir Viking. I'm going to have the podcast till I die, which will be never, because I am eternal. Okay, Foxy, let's play some Sicilians. All right, let's see, how do we do this again? Play challenge a friend. I'm going to do 5-2. I'm going to be black. I'm going to challenge my friend understable. Time to get some whoopings. You can play anything you want that's Sicilian. I need so much practice with Sicilians. It is outrageous. Okay, here's what we're going to do, actually. We'll play like 5 games, and then I'll do a lesson with my coach, and we can look at them. Eternal like the Eternal City. Sure. Okay, this annoying thing. I think I go here. And I'm already not remembering what I do. Okay, that's interesting. I'm pretty sure I just would want to do that. Okay, then you're going to run back. And then what do I do from here? Lots of reasonable moves. The real question I'm wrestling with is I'm going this way or not. I guess I don't have to decide yet. I could make the non-committal move first. And then if I do this and then he goes there, so he tricked me into some sort of dragon. Sort of. Takes there. Yes, he would have. I'm gonna do this. I don't remember what I'm supposed to do here. It seems reasonable though. Okay, I think I would want to take there. He takes there. Castling seems reasonable. Now I have discoveries. They don't do anything, but I have them. I also have this, which I don't like. I think I will go... What about... Yeah, I'll just do this. This probably. Okay. There. It's currently covered just enough times. But it's messy. And everything is busy. Oh boy. Things are not going well already. Takes. There. We'll be down in exchange and have a bad position. If I go there. He can't actually move this guy, right? Because I would take... No, that's not correct at all. He can take, and then I take, and then he takes, and then I lose. So I've lost this one also. Unless I have something really, really special, which I don't. Yeah, so that wins. Yep. Okay. I'm just down a piece. I'm going to resign here. Okay, let's take a look at this one. What happened? What the heck happened? Yes, I remember that you played this, Foxy, but I didn't remember what to do or what I did wrong. Okay, you went back. I went there. Interestingly, here it says B6 is the number 1 move. But if I do that, this is of course all reasonable. Then here is B6 a mistake. Certainly not amongst the top moves, and it is a huge game-losing error to E5, which is probably exactly what we did before. So let's see if we can learn this time, Foxy. Let's see if we can learn. Okay, so you learned, but I did not learn. That's good. It's good to know. Okay, so what do I need? Like, I didn't know what to do here. That was really what it came down to. I didn't know what to do. E4, E5 looks terrible to me. I mean, drops his pawn in addition to everything else. Sure, I could just move this. Okay, C5 is the #1 move, and that does look reasonable to me. That's the move I would have looked at second, but I just don't see how it stops E5 and those problems. It almost feels worse. Because now if I take this as hanging, and that's hanging. So I would have to play knight G4, which looks incredibly loose and horrible. And that is basically an only move. And then white could basically play anything they want. Engine gives that as the top move. And it looks like I'm just kind of holding together. Oh, wait, why can't I go here now? What's wrong with this move? Nothing. That's a perfectly fine move. The queen goes to H4, and then things look fine. This knight's a little annoying. It's not the end of the world. Everything's even. Knight C5 enables knight G4 since it unmasks the bishop. Yes. Right, so it's like here, here, here. We're now hitting this enough times. This can't move because this. Yep. And if I don't do this first, what was the issue there? Like I could just go here first. And that is fine. It's just kind of weird. Okay. Well, learning. I guess the only other question would be A6 here is not the main move. That's a pretty distant sideline after this. So should I just develop normally? Okay. It's just a move order thing. Okay. But my biggest takeaways are G6 is the right idea. But then it's kind of farther down the line, right? It's like when I make all my developing moves, and then I get to the spot where I'm like, I actually don't know what to do here. I keep playing B6 to get this bishop out, which looks very reasonable to me. But the real answer is to come this way, and then I can do things like that. And then E5 is not as severe. We'll see if I can remember this for the third time I encounter this game or this stuff. I don't know. We'll find out. Foxy 1, me, what's going on? Alright, let's challenge Foxy again. Which opening will we learn in next? Okay. He's taking his time to decide. Which direction now? Okay, we're going to go a delayed Alpin. Against the delayed Alpin, I do what? I'm pretty sure I go here next. I don't quite know why. Okay, I guess I'm hitting this pawn, so that's a pretty good reason. And I can't really go here all that easily, right? I think it's like here, here. Okay there. I think I just will continue with this. Seems very Alpin-y. What is understable going to do? I assume that's coming at some point. Well, I'll just castle then and keep developing very normally. That looks like an odd move. What do I do? Wait, has this been hanging for a while? No. Okay, this is something I really have to remember very clearly. Is that there's this trick to win the knight. And I just really have to remember that. And I kind of forgot here. But now, as soon as it's not available, Understable didn't forget. But there's a chance I could have nabbed that at some point. And I do not want to have that happen in an actual game. Okay, so how are we setting this up? This is stopping this idea, which is very common in the Alapin. I'm thinking probably I'm going this diagonal, and then the knight goes where? Knight could go here or here. It's a bit unclear. I'm just going to go like this and this. And we'll see where the knight decides to go. Do I take there? If I do, it allows this and then the knight to come out. If I don't take and allow them to push, I think I could go here, but then they could go there. And then I could go here, and then there. Seems like they're able to guard it pretty well. If I go here and here, I don't love that. I think maybe I should take here. So I can't get quite the amazing setup. The problem with going here is all this is taken away. But if I go here, I'm going to have to move, and where am I going? I don't think I want to go there. Oh, maybe I just go back. And then I go like that. Okay, that's fine. Jeez. I just hung my knight. Wow, that's a shocking thing. So what I wanted to do was go here first and then play there. So yeah, that's just a that's just ridiculous. This is 2 moves, 24 more. 2 games, 24 moves. Okay, well, yeah, I'm playing badly. It's interesting. That's how you want to get your confidence together for a big tournament, is to play super bad and just shatter your confidence. It's good. It's a good idea. Okay, so here, B6 is fine. It's not in the opening database. The opening database says like here or here are played. The engine likes both of those moves best. I don't really understand why. This seems fine. Clearly that's not good. This is what I meant to do. To do this first and then do that. Somehow I totally forgot that this queen was here. Backing this up a second time. Then if I go here. So if I go here, he does push the pawn. And then my plan was just to go like this. A super slow plan. And the engine is like, what are we doing? Why are we playing so slow? Okay. So instead, E5 is just hard for me to do here for some reason. This pawn looks really weak. Let's say they go here, takes, here, and yeah, this pawn looks, yeah, it's technically even, but it doesn't look great to me. Like, wait, can they do this? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe E5 is what I need to do there. C6 or B6 did not seem good. 2 games in a row, or B6 doesn't seem like the best idea. I could have also gone here immediately. And then if here, let's say I want to go here now. I lose, right? Let's say I go here. And then here. Yeah, we're still back to the same problem. So I need to kind of figure out how I'm dealing with this stuff. I could just play D5 myself. I could play E5 myself. I could come over here. And after this, Now this looks much better. Okay. You might remember, but that same idea pops up in one of his lines at least. Shankly recommends queen c7. Yes. That doesn't surprise me. The engine seems to be liking it as well. Queen c7 here to prevent d4? Oh, okay. That I didn't understand. Got it. Because then, yes, that makes sense. Okay. I like that. That's what I'll try to remember, is that I want to go here to be fighting that way. Okay. Good stuff. We're learning. We're learning. It's going badly, but we're learning. All right, let's see what we can do. Let's get, okay, understable. My goal is to not blunder a piece. Let's see if I can do it. Because I can't really take these games to my coach and be like, hey, let's go over them, because they are ridiculous. I'm just blundering pieces, and he's going to be like, here's my suggestion. Don't blunder your pieces. And then I'll be like, that's a good suggestion. So we're not going to blunder any more pieces. Those were the warm-up games. Okay, we're going into an Eidorff. And what are we going to get? Oh, he's really like, I could literally play any move here. I feel like this is why the Eidorff is scary. White could almost play any move here and be like, yeah, no, that's theory. A3, yeah, that's the new theoretical line proposed by Mamanjarov, and he won this game with it, and you'd be like, really? And then suddenly it's the new hotness. Literally any move seems fine here for White. Actually, that's not true. I don't think King D2 would be a good idea. Okay, so just basically just what I was saying. Anything's fine here. Okay, I've actually looked at this, so I have some idea of what to do. So the point here is that he really wants to go here. And so, but what he would like to do is go here first. So we're going to play h5 so he cannot get both. He only gets one. Okay, so now he can't go here. Alright, so we have a small victory. Very small victory. But now I don't remember what I'm supposed to do from here. So now I'm just playing. I'm just playing Sicilian type structures. So good moves in the Sicilian are all of these. I'm a little bit nervous to play this for a quick f4. I would meet it like that. Like that. I mean, is there a reason not to play this first? I guess there is. That because I played this, I might want to do that structure if he goes in here. So I'm going to go here. I'm trying to combine all my knowledge now of the Sicilian. Oh, this blue. This green screen is too close. I can't get comfortable. That's annoying. Okay. So he's going to go there. I'm going to make this move. Then I'm going to go here. I assume he's going to castle short. I'm going to play this. And now we're going to see. Is he coming in here or no? No. He's stopping b5, which is a good idea. No, I'm not really sure what to do. Lots of fine ideas. Nothing that seems great. I guess I'm going to go here. That might have been a mistake. I'll just castle. And now what? Probably looking at that. Just putting some pressure here. Got some pressure there. This seems to be a pretty decent Sicilian structure. I think I'm pretty happy with it. I'm not entirely sure what to do from here. Play good moves would be a good idea. Okay. So here would be quite strong, I think. So maybe now we're shifting directions. If I go here, and he goes here right away, and then I go here, that seems decent. It's not hanging a piece, right? No, that is not hanging a piece. That's kind of sad that I have to check if I'm hanging pieces. I won't be shocked if he plays there, but I don't think that's that great. I think then that's leaving some pretty serious weaknesses. I think I can consider that a small victory. And I think I just come back and reorient like that, which was the other way I was thinking about going. It doesn't let me pick off the bishop, but I think it puts some pressure down. Also now I'm coming along the c file. Maybe there's reason to try to exploit that. Maybe it's just not quite yet. Do I have d5 at some point? Yeah, maybe after knight c5, I'm threatening d5. Takes. No, I guess not. The fianchettoed bishop is adding one more defender. I wasn't quite ready for. Okay. So that's a tough question. Which way am I taking? I'm definitely taking. I think I'm going to take with the bishop. But I take with the knight, and he takes. I go here. I'm threatening that. No, I'm going to take with the bishop. I like that. It seems like I have some pretty strong knights here. I guess I don't really know where I want this knight. I was thinking I wanted the knight here. It's already guarded twice, and I don't really like the knight there anyway. So maybe the knight goes here. And now this bishop looks kind of cruddy. Maybe I should have taken with the knight. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's a tough one. I can go here next, which is intriguing. Which would, if takes, I don't think he would do that. I think he would just move, say, to here to put another attacker on it. And then I think it's lost. It looks cool, but I think it's a bad move. I wonder if a better idea was to go like here, here, here. I'm still really considering going here followed by that. Because this bishop is quite bad. Okay. Interesting. I mean, now I can go like this, which looks pretty good. Like, I think I want to do this anyway. Maybe he's thinking he really wants to play b5 anyway? Certainly a very positional game. Wait, could I have just... No, I couldn't have. What was that? Yeah, okay, so I'm thinking I could play knight b6 into c4, but then they can play just c4, which is very interesting. No, and then they can't play c4. Yeah, so I think I like going here. I from threatening here, which I think is really good. It's also stopping this move. Yeah. So I'm going to move this knight for like the 100th straight move. I have moved that knight like 5 of the last 6 moves I moved that knight. I just go back and forth. Very weird. Very weird. It's hard for me to fathom a world where moving this knight 5 out of the last 6 moves was a good plan. Now, it does look like I'm well ahead on time. Understable gets 2 seconds of move, so hopefully he will not run out of time. Okay, so just taking, which I think is pretty good for me. Maybe it's not. Maybe c4 is just really strong. Yeah, I guess maybe c4 was much stronger than I was thinking it would be. I don't have that move. I thought I did for a moment. I don't have that. I was looking at here, takes, but none of that works in any universe. Oh boy, now I'm low on time. Okay, I'm gonna go here. It goes there. Wow, I thought I had oodles of time. I was not being serious enough about my time. And then this looks very strong with the bishop, so he's gonna have to do something with that. Okay, I'm still gonna go here. My bishop's now active. Fake active or real active though? And then I don't know what to do. I go here, and then I here if I have to. Pretty close to being trapped. Here. No, I'm just sort of randomly moving because I'm so low on time. Nope, that doesn't work. This works, maybe? Nope, that doesn't work. The bishop's covering it. Whoops. Well, that was just time trouble issues. Oh! Almost lost on time. Oh, then it's over. I just had to auto move before I ran out of time. Okay, well, that was a very interesting one. I mean, collapsed under time trouble. That I'm not as worried about. But let's see how I played the opening. I think I played the opening quite well. Okay. Number one database move here is b5 first, so that they can't get that immediate a4. But a4 is annoying when it comes, so I went here first. Now b5 again. This is the number one move. Engine also liking b5. Yeah, so I think maybe I need to get b5 in just a little bit sooner. But this is all fine. Very even game. Okay, yeah, so the engine's like, what are you doing? Play d5 now. That's something I didn't quite register until later, that if I could play d5, that would be a good idea. So like here, here, and that would be pretty great. I didn't do that. I came back. Yeah, taking with the knight, I think was better. While it looks a little weird, because I have to move several pieces, now at least this guy's available. This guy can go here. I feel like this would have relieved a little pressure, whereas this just kind of seemed to cause more. Then I moved the knight a bunch of times. The funny thing is, the engine seems to like those knight moves. The reorienting there. And now the game's fully even. G6 is the move that was better. I could see that. Basically just hanging out and the game's even. And instead I tried to push in time trouble. And here it says that I'm doing fine. E4, but of course hanging stuff is bad. Alright, well that was good. So I think the big learning point there, let's go back, was this was all good. Maybe try to do b5 sooner. And if not, then I'm looking for d5. Like try to find a spot to get d5, and I think those are the big takeaways there. Let's see. I need a second. Sorry. Okay, let's do another one. We can get at least one good game. I think that one was decent, though. That was much better. I felt like I had a better understanding of the Sicilian in that game than I did the previous ones. Okay, against this, I'm playing this. This gives me that chance to go back into a Najdorf if that's the direction that my opponent wants to go. And if they don't want to, that's also fine. I think I'm still going to go here and here. And now, this looks fine. I don't quite remember what the theory is from here. That's a little worrying. But hopefully I can just make good moves from here. What I'm really concerned about is, am I doing this or not? That's really what I'm wrestling with. Okay, things are a little bit different. So if he goes here, what I normally want to be able to do is go like this, 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 and then this. I think I'm going here. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to fianchetto. I'm kind of going by theory here, which I don't love doing. Okay, can I go here? I don't think so. I could go here to prevent this. So I guess we'll go there. Is he gonna go f4 or not? That's really the question. Wait, last move. What if I had gone here? Wow, he really did not have a lot of moves. It was here or here. Maybe I should have just done that right there. I think that was a mistake. I guess I could do it now. What does that do for me? Here, here, here. I don't know. Just kicking him seems reasonable regardless. Maybe this is good, though. Yeah, that might be good. I need to work on this line, clearly. Okay, so it goes back. That has to be good. I don't know if it's great, but it has to be at least good. I think I could push this, and then whichever pawn he pushes, I just push the opposite. This looks wild. Like, what is happening? This has to be at least decent. Okay, I am ending up with a worse pawn structure, possibly. I'm gonna go here. Wait, if I go here, f4. Maybe this is better. I don't know. I'll play here. This maybe is good. But I think I could handle that with a couple different options. None of them are wonderful, though. there, and then here, here. Interesting stuff. I also have knight f3 in some worlds where some pawns get pushed. I guess at that point, wow, that if the queen was here, then that would be winning the queen. But it would have to involve a lot of interesting things, like pawns get traded, this gets traded, but then the king would be here, so that doesn't work. Okay. Boy, I'm getting a lot of text over here, and they're kind of important, unfortunately. Okay, he did go there, which seems like the best move. I don't love this move, but I think it's best. Let's try to hold on to this pawn. If he goes here, I go there. I'm still covering the piece. Feels a little loose, though. Like maybe just this is good. And that pawn will fall. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where this knight would go. Maybe I just have to let go of that pawn. And then maybe this was a bad move. This is the hard thing when you don't have experience in positions. You don't really know, like, how they're supposed to go, or like what a reasonable path is, or what's normal, what's weird. Everything looks a little weird. It's like here, 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 here. Yeah, it's not too surprising. I'm not sure what I was saying. Was I somehow saying I put my knight here? That's awesome. We should do that. Here, here. Ooh, we got that. That's intriguing. Can I go here, then if take here? Does it gain me anything by putting my queen here? Yeah, I am hitting that now. Okay. I don't know if this fully works, but certainly that loses. And in a blitz game with little time, there's certainly the chance that he goes for that. Even if he doesn't, I think this gives me time to extract my pieces. Maybe not. Maybe... Oh, the queen has very few moves. Oh my goodness. Wow, I didn't realize how stuck that queen really was. That was really scary. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't think there's much I can do here. Just have to move over, then here, then here, then here. Does not work, thankfully. I'm getting really pushed back. Takes. Going here just takes. Oh, you can't take there. Oh, wait. Let's go here. Here. Only moves are those two. So we can go here, push him back, and then. Jess, why you gotta do me like this over and over? Okay, that's very frustrating. Okay. Just play a little bit longer. I'm down a piece. It's really annoying. This is like the worst chess I've played in a long time with hanging pieces. That's a lot of pieces I've hung today. I'm okay, like, making mistakes sometimes, but that's a lot of hanging pieces. A lot. Huh. I don't know what to make of that. It's certainly making me think maybe playing the Sicilian is not a good idea in an important event, because it seems to be leading me to hanging pieces because of my unfamiliarity with the territory. But on the other hand, I'm thinking like, well, like in a long game, I'm not going to play this ridiculously. Like, I'm going to take my time and really have time to think about these things. But I don't know. That's just been very unnerving to play this poorly this many games in a row. Like, I'm totally fine losing to Understable. He's a great chess player, but the way I've been losing is the part that's scaring me. Okay, so this is a little bit farther down the line. A more normal approach would be to go here, 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 and then if they go f4, okay, I don't really have this idea as much anymore, though it still can work. This is the sort of opening sequence I've learned, but it doesn't fit this particular scenario. So I think I need to just, you know, not worry about it and just play normal moves. I think that's part of the problem, is I'm trying to balance the theory that I've been learning with actually just playing reasonable moves, and I think I'm having a hard time doing that. Okay. This might be the last one. We'll see how this one goes. I think I have stuff I have to do, unfortunately. And we've been at this a while, which is good. Okay, whoops, almost. There's Understable. Okay, here we go. Understable it is. I'm 21-3 against Understable all time. Okay, this one. Oh, okay, the Richter Rouser. The way I do this, again, now I'm trying to remember my opening theory instead of just playing good moves. I think I'm just going to make a good move and then do the theory. And I think the theory is here. And here. To just kind of minimize things. I'm a little bit unsure how this pawn works. It looks kind of troubled. I thought I was supposed to take here, but I'm remembering my opening theory does not have me taking there, which is very strange to me. It seems like, of course, I would take there. And I think I'm going to. It just seems like a good move. I mean, it's really minimized the pieces on the board. I guess I can go here, right? They can't go there. No, they can go there. I'll play that first, then here. Then castle. And then just claim I'm up a pawn and I should be fine. Not only am I up a pawn, they have a messed up pawn structure. Like, that's got to be pretty good, right? This looks reasonable, starting to hit this. Yeah, if they went here, would I be forced to go there, which I don't love? Now this pawn is just very backwards, and I don't have the protector bishop for it. Okay, yeah, that might be even better. Maybe now that pawn's just gone. Ooh, yeah, and if they take with the bishop, it's actually really annoying. I don't think there's a way to hold on to that pawn in with any reasonable moves. If I push, I lose the pawn. I don't see how I'm not in big trouble now. How did that happen? How did I get in such big trouble from what looked like a very regular position? It was incredibly confusing to me. There's no counterplay here? There must be. I'm looking at knight e5. But then they do have to check with the queen. I can block. No, probably check with the bishop. Yeah, wow. I really don't know. I feel like I'm just already in a terrible position. I don't know how that's possible. Maybe trading that bishop was a bad idea. Because it was guarding this pawn. So yeah, I guess that was probably premature to trade that. Okay. I think I'm happy about this. Maybe I shouldn't be. Maybe it's not takes. Maybe it's just simply moves over and then saying, boy, your king looks like he's in a terrible shape. Yeah. That seems like a good way to do it. It does seem like my king is in bad shape. Okay, yeah, this one really got away from me. Like, really badly. Like, shockingly badly. I know this is going to fall. And then this guy's dangerous. What? What is even going on? Do I know nothing about the Sicilian? Seems like that is the case. Okay, I guess I'm going here. And then a rook is going here. And it's not threatening mate, so that's the plus side. Maybe I have time to go like that. And like this. And castle long. I don't know. I guess castling long won't really work. But maybe here, 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 here. Yeah, this bishop is going to exert a lot of annoying pressure this whole game. I do have this move, though. That's interesting. Maybe that's something. I don't know. It definitely feels like Understable has a big advantage right now. The question is, can he bring it home? Okay. Seems like a good plan. Really can only block. Which, you know, kind of okay with. Like, I get to get that out of the way. Oh, okay. I'm pretty happy about this. Maybe I shouldn't be. Things seem to have really turned around. I mean, from my perspective, Understable did not play that correctly. He should have just brought the rooks to the center. But maybe this works well. I don't know. I guess that is pretty good, right? That's still coming. I haven't solved the position as much as I was thinking I had. If I go here now. Oh, and he goes here. That's a problem. Okay. And if I go here, check. Here. If I go here right away, he goes here. And what do I do? I don't think I have much choice, though. I think I have to go there. Which I don't love. Definitely still holding on for dear life. Seems right. We're going to go here. Just to be able to get another piece out. I'm looking at this as maybe annoying. Maybe just bring another rook in. I don't know. Looks like there's a lot of things you could do. Here. Try that. Go here. Now what? Now, how does he finish me off? I think I'm going to go there. I guess that maybe is annoying. I do have this interesting idea. At least threatening something. But then I think he just goes there. And that idea is just dead. Before it really ever got going. I don't know. Not sure what I'm supposed to do here. Okay. I mean, that seems like best case scenario for me. Okay. Then I go here. Nope, that wins. Tactics. If I go here, rook there, can't do that. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, that's just a good move. Now everything falls. Just take all the pawns and win that way. Seems like a reasonable way to win. I do have this back row mate situation still available as like some sort of emergency situation. I'm gonna go here. He's gonna go there. I'm gonna go there. He's gonna go there. I'm gonna go there. He's gonna go there, and I think that might be mate. I think moving that pawn was a bad idea, but I don't know what else I was supposed to do. Oh, I can go here. Get mated a different way, maybe? So if I go here, there, here, there. He's up 3 pawns. Oh, jeez. Okay, I'm gonna go here. I mean, just simply trading, and he's fine. He's up 3 pawns. So, that was a weird one. I mean, I don't really know what happened. How did I get run over so hard? So fast. Yeah. And just trading queens doesn't seem like a viable plan, but I can't not trade queens. So, yeah. Oh, I didn't realize he was going to take with the pawn. Seems like a good plan. It's being guarded twice. There's really nothing I can do about it. And this one is over. It's definitely over. Oh, he's going to go there. Yeah. Okay. I mean, it was over long ago, but weird game. Let's see. How did I lose so quickly out of the opening? Okay, so that was the main move. That's the main move. And this is a move. Interesting thing is A6 is also a move here. Let me go to my thing. What am I playing here? Did I mess it up or not? Is this Smith-Morra Gambit? Okay, no. So this, I got my prep right. I got my prep on the board. And then my prep says don't take here. But I even said, right, I was like, I know my prep says don't take here, but it looks like a good move. I'm taking here. Okay, so let's see. Is taking here losing? Taking here is not losing. But that is not good. And now that's losing. Just everything is falling apart in a very sudden way that I wasn't ready for. So what I'm trying to do is cement in my brain why this is a better move. This is my prep. Why is that a better move? What did he play last time? He played Bishop A3 because that was gone. So now that's not gone. He has to develop this way. Then I castle. when he plays, let's just say, develops a rook. And it feels like I'm pretty much fine now. I'm castled. It's a very different game than last time where I didn't even get castled because things fell apart so fast. Right, maybe even instead of there, I should have just played here. Right, that's what it was. I was afraid to play here, rightfully so. But I could have gone here, and then, let's say, rook comes over, and then castles, and I'm kind of fine. Like, maybe white still has firepower left, but I'm castled and I'm not going to lose instantly. So I think that's the big takeaway there, is that against the Smith-Morra, just get castled, and taking here does not help me get castled. In fact, it's the very opposite, because white has this move here. I got to really be on it, or this is going to be a problem. So I basically have to go here. This feels very forced. If I were to go, say, here, then this is starting to get problematic. And if I go, I guess there's not really another place, but I got to go here so I can castle, and then I'm fine. So basically just play knight e7, castle, and be fine. And that's basically what my prep shows. And I remember talking to my coach about that. It's just like, our goal is just to castle right away, get safe, and go from there. All right. Well, those were some interesting games. I did some learning, which was good. But I did some blundering of basic tactics, which was bad. So that's tough. That's tough. Yeah, Noir Viking, I am a classics guy, if you're still here. Yeah, I didn't respond well to your comment of the Eternal City. I agree. Okay, here's the bottom line. I was trying to remember about the Eternal City. The Eternal City is Rome? Which is weird. Like, I know there's a part of my brain where I absolutely know what the Eternal City is, and then a little part of my brain is like, are you sure you know? But I imagine Noir Viking is long gone from that comment. Okay, well, thanks for coming by, everybody. I had a good time. It's good playing with Foxy. The nice thing is I probably won't be playing people as good as Foxy in Vegas, and I'll also be playing a longer time control, so I will, be able to handle them better. But man, Foxy really ran me over. All right, I will talk to you all later, and yeah, hope you have a good day, everybody. See you.